I'm about to head over here and check out this Toyota. Take y'all on for the ride with me, just in case I run into some problems. I know I got some Toyota techs out there. Alright, so I'm at this red light, but it's a 2.4 Toyota Corolla. They pretty standardized from 07 to 11, I want to say. At least that engine is. Okay, so let me take an ad break. When I get back, I should be here because this place is right around, her house is right around the corner. Okay guys, so y'all stay tuned, man. Don't go anywhere. I will be right back. Alright guys, I'm here. Let me see, this look like the car right here. Let me see what is going on. Alright, I told her to leave the key in the seat, under the seat. Here it is, right here. Now, let's take a look. I want to look at something first before I start it up. Okay, we just got to take a chance because I really want to see. There's oil all down in here. Valve covers, maybe? Huh. Let's see, guys. We're going to have to fire it up. Alright. Oh, yeah, that belt is on now. So the belt went ahead and jumped. It's not even on there. So if I run it any longer, it's going to die because the alternator's not charging. So I have to shut it down. Alright, so much for that. Let me shut this down. Alright guys, I'm back. I ran into a problem, okay? I have no way to even... I want to put a belt on here and run the car just to find out where the oil is coming from. So I would have to let it run, see if I see oil coming from the valve cover, things like this. But I'm stuck on something even simpler than that. I can't even get the tensioner to pry backwards to pry down to put a belt on it in order to run it. Y'all see that? Look at that. Now I read somewhere that's supposed to be a 14 millimeter and I don't have it. So one or two things. Wow, you can see belts way under there somewhere. One or two things. I'm gonna have to get one, or I'm gonna have to pass up on the job. It almost has to be valve cover. How will oil make it up here, guys? So it has to be, you always go to the highest point. So I'll have to come back. I have to find out how to get that. So I don't even got tools to even fool with this thing today. But what I want to do, I want to take this cover off. See if anything obvious. Like I said, it almost has to be valve cover because my highest point is right there. So maybe if I can get a valve cover gasket and get a new belt put on, that could possibly do it. How difficult is these valve covers? Don't look no difficult than any other. Okay, it's one of those things where you have to start there. Y'all mechanics know what I'm talking about. You tend to, when you're really not sure, you tell your customer, man, we have to start there and go from there. But yeah, I have no choice. I mean, I'm sure there's a cam sensor in here somewhere, so cam sensor could be leaking, a timing chain cover could be leaking, but how would that get over here? That's what's making me believe. But even if it was valve cover, and right there I should be getting, unless that's sprayed over here some kind of way, but one of those where you have to start here, guys. So there is no way around it. I just have to tell her, and in the meantime, figure out how to get that tension and pry it down in order to put on a new belt. And then we get it steam clean, then drive it some more and go from there. So that's all I can do today. I can't do nothing. That's why I say, man, these surprises kill me, man. I thought I grabbed everything. I caught myself looking at how to replace. She told me the belt broke. That's all she told me. So I caught myself looking it up. And so I have to go home and do some more homework and we got to go from there, guys. So I don't know, part one maybe this will be, but it's nothing I can do today. I can't even get a belt on here in order to, you know, proceed with figuring out where the oil leak's coming from, because a belt alone is not going to repair that. You guys out there that's starting in the mechanic field, don't just stick a belt on it and let it go. You got to find out what caused that. Belts don't just shred like that. Now, if they're oil soaked, then yes, that could happen, which seems to be the case right now. Alright guys, I'm going to go in here and see if I can get a valve cover gasket set. 2007 Toyota Camry, and get me some engine degreaser too, so when I clean it up after I'm done, I have to clean it up. All right guys, let's get it. All right guys, I now have the belt on. Let me show y'all the tool that I had to use, because first of all, a lot of publication says to raise the car up in the air and take the passenger side front wheel off. Well, I'm not at a shop, okay, so that wasn't an option. It still is an option. It's just I couldn't do it. I don't have a jack, and I don't want to feel like taking all the tire and stuff off. So the tool I ended up using was my long mountain 14 millimeter tool. And it's fairly simple, guys. I ended up going down there. Y'all see the tensioner bolt? It's a 14 millimeter. Okay, now let me set that there. So I'm trying to get y'all a good view. It's real simple, guys. I had to get my 14 millimeter head on the tensioner bolt. Okay, so when I get it on there, I simply pull down clockwise. Y'all see as I pull, I get tension, or I relieve tension on the tensioner, which will allow me to put the belt on. Okay, I will put the belt router in the description, but I finally got it on here, guys. Whew. Okay, nothing fancy, so I simply had to go to the shop and get my mountain 14. It's either 14 or 916. I had the metrics, so I used my metric mounting to get it on there, and it's on there. Now, I'm not done, guys, because look, this belt would jump right back off if not repaired. Look at all that oil. I have an oil leak somewhere, so I can almost assume oil just spilled on everything. The belt slipped off. Okay, so before you start this car, because you're dealing with an oil leak, you might want to check the oil. Okay, I don't have a rag. Let me just wipe that off right there like that. Stick that back in there, because it might be risky to even start this car at this point with all that oil. And okay, I'm not bone dry. I'm low, but I'm not bone dry. That's enough to start it. Only reason I'm going with valve cover, guys, is because I see oil up here. I'm not sure if anything leaking over here, like in the timing chain area, is going to make its way up here. So it has to be coming high up. So let's start this thing up and see if we can see anything. All right. Ooh, I can smell the oil. Oh, I actually hit the exhaust, so that's probably the smell I'm smelling. But the belt is on there rolling smoothly right now, but it's only a matter of time for some oil hit that belt and it slip off. This is what's bothering me, guys. This puddle of oil right here. It almost has to come from higher up. I already got partially cover off. So what I ended up getting was a valve cover kit, valve cover gasket kit. Alright, it looked pretty standard, nothing major. Held on by some 10 millimeter screws. Take this off, this off, this off, this off, this off. Alright. You can see how I went about diagnosing it. If you're faced with one of these, any car, it doesn't have to be a Toyota. If you see oil leaking, just know that it could hit your serpentine belt. There's only one belt on this car. Serpentine belt drives everything. So if any kind of oil residue get on it, it could easily jump and ruin your belt, and you have to go from there. But you really need to find the source of the oil leak and repair it. So that's what I'm gonna do. All right, guys, I'm back. Here we go. I don't know who made this, but it wasn't too bad. It was $20-some.
Velcro's been known to make some decent parts. Okay, so I ended up getting a valve cover gasket kit. Okay, so let's see looks easy. Okay, guys, so I'm gonna yank this valve cover off. From what I can see, I need to get all the cores out. All these look like 10mm good, because that's what I brought with me. Get this hose off and this hose off, and we'll see where we at after that, guys. Let's get with it. Alright guys, as you can see, when I removed this valve cover, part of the gasket stayed on, part of it came off. And one piece of advice, guys, you might want to let the car cool off before you start removing anything. One thing I didn't get that I always preach about when you're dealing with oil leaks, always get a PCV valve. Okay, I have to go back and get one of those. But for now, you can see. And that's why you saw that oil on the spark plug tube. That comes from the seals. Good thing about this is the seals came with the new valve cover kit. Okay. Yes, so, wow. Alright, so let's get this valve cover all the way off and get this new seal put on. Alright guys, I got the valve cover all the way off. Now guys, this valve cover was broken right here. So, and it's also hardened. Okay, it's so brittle and hardened, so this likely was your source of oil leaks. Everything is hard and brittle. It has never been changed. Alright guys, let me speak on this real quick. Anytime you're doing a tune-up and you pull the coil out and you see oil all over it, just know that your spark plug tube seals are leaking. Now these don't have like external tubes, but the channel or the tube that seals between the valve cover and the head is likely at fault. Okay, unfortunately, or good for this car, they designed the valve cover gaskets to include the spark plug tube seals. Okay, so good thing on Toyota parts. I think some of the Chryslers, PT Cruisers, they all come separately and they cost a little extra. Okay, so anytime you see oil on a spark plug coil, you may have ruined this coil. Who knows? If you have a misfire after you're done, that certainly will be the case. But for now, we're going to try it. Okay, so let's finish this job up. Alright guys, that's about it. I got everything bolted back down. Now before I install the cover, this is the old gasket. Like I say, it was brittle and hard. This likely was one of the causes of the leak. Before I put all this back on, I'm gonna go get some, I got some degreaser I want to spray on here and give the car a bath. Okay, clean up all this oil, because if I clean all this up and this oil show back up, there's another source of oil leak. There's another place oil leak is coming from. Okay, but I never like to just do a repair and give a customer their car back without verifying if it's repaired. So what I'm gonna do is top off the oil, number one, likely change the oil, and go to the car wash with some degreaser and give the car a bath. Go test drive the car, recheck for leaks. If there is none, I'm done. Put the cover on, deliver the car. That's a wrap. Okay. Alright guys, so I'm at the self-service car wash. All I need to do, man, to finish this job off I went and got me some of this, guys. Engine degreaser. Real quick. Real quick. I am not gonna be up here all day. As you can see, I don't have much daylight left. I'm not washing the car. I hope this thing don't charge me an arm and a leg and quarters, because I don't have a lot of quarters. So let me turn that off. Pop this hood. Woo! Get this thing knocked out. How much is this? Alright guys, that's it. I am wrapped up. I'll go dry this thing about 5 miles. Recheck and see if any oil on top. And I'm done, guys. I'm done for real this time. Alright? Because it's getting dark. Okay, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe. And I'll see y'all on the next video.